Mondays, typically, but thanks to you all, we can change the story a little. The babies are killed by a lethal injection to the heart. Then the poor mothers begin a procedure, a laminaria, to dilate the cervix. And then they go to a hotel room. And then they come back on Wednesdays. And Wednesdays, it's a hard day. It's a long, hard, full day of a difficult delivery. And as the staff has told us, and you can call on the phone and talk to them, you know, they'll tell you what they do. They say on Wednesdays, the mothers come back in to deliver the baby in entirety, or they're also given the choice, this is when they get their choice, to deliver the contents in pieces. And then these precious lives, all the lives of those crosses, are placed in the trash as medical waste. These poor mothers have spent easily 10 hours in delivery on these Wednesdays. And most of us who have had the gift of delivering babies knows that at this point, usually that's when you're pampered, you get your cards and flowers. But these mothers, on Wednesdays, we watched them hobble back out down the sidewalk and get in a car, a taxi, a shuttle, a lot of hotel shuttles, and then they go who knows where. Can we even begin to fathom the trauma that they endure? We have testimony of women who have had late-term abortions, and they tell us that the physical and the psychological trauma is devastating and it's lifelong. So we are here in great humility and compassion because we understand that it is only by a shred of God's grace that we're all here right now and not back there. And we've had the opportunity to talk to a lot of these mothers. They're in great crisis. Many don't want to be here, but they're forced by either the father or a family member. A lot of young college students that are coming in with either one or both parents. Can you imagine it? We've looked into their eyes. We're back there counseling them right now. I've been back there too, counseling for 52 weeks. We've been counseling these mothers. They're lost, they're hopeless, and they need to be protected. Praise God. They need some adults here to protect them. They don't understand that this so-called clinic and all the abortion facilities in Maryland are currently not regulated. Therefore, once they walk through the door, they have no protection or safety by our government standards. These places operate under the disguise of legitimate health care. And I ask you, what is healthy about a dead baby and a damaged mother? Whatever happened to physician first, do no harm? So what do we do about all this? Well, like we're doing today, we need to boldly cry out with holy outrage about this injustice. It's not enough anymore to despise this practice from the comfort of our homes, our churches, and our schools, our places of employment. We need to come here, come right here, come right up to the gates of hell and bring with us the message of hope and good news. On Mondays we stand here in prayerful protest to witness to the truth of the devastation of abortion. We are so, it's amazing, you need to come and see this. We are so united as the body of Christ, as Christians standing here in the body of Christ. And the more we have, the stronger the body. Look what has happened today. The more we have, the stronger the body. So we need you. We know that we're called here for love of God and love of neighbor. For love of God we come, to show our Creator some form of justice. Our God, the author of all life, created these precious babies in His image and likeness, and only He decides when their life begins and ends. And we are such arrogant people to think that we can decide that these babies should die. This is an abomination before God. This alone is enough of a reason to be here. You know, forget anything else, just because of the abomination against our God. And then we come, though, for love of neighbor. We can't stand by idly while our neighbor's life is at stake. There's no government task forces that are going to protect these lives. There are no specialized military troops that are going to defend them on the front lines, defend the mothers, defend the babies. Brothers and sisters, we are it. We are their last chance. We were their last chance today. And if it's not us, then I ask you, who? Who will do it? So I want to tell you, and we are making a difference. You saw that today. There are 720 crosses, and now add 2 more. There would have been 19 more had we not been here. If we just give the Lord just 2 hours a week, our simple yes, He can make miracles happen. We just saw it. He's done that for us today. We have counseled these mothers on the sidewalk. Like I said, 17 have chosen life for their babies. And I personally have had the awesome privilege to hold 2 of these babies, and 1 was baptized in our archdiocese. And just to give you a little story, all of us that were here on the Mondays remember, so it's a precious Easter Monday morning when a young couple came in from Philadelphia. A mother advanced in her pregnancy. She came in and we counseled her as she was just about to go in a few minutes and have her baby killed by lethal injection. We counseled her in the parking lot, and after finally just looking into her eyes and begging her to trust us, she finally melted and chose life. And then we'll all remember the amazing part too was the father of the baby jumped out of the car. His name is Anthony. There they are again this afternoon. His name was Anthony, and we all remember this. He was jumping up and down in the parking lot saying, "I met a blessing, I met a blessing." He was thrilled. And then they went home. They went back to Philadelphia, had a beautiful, healthy baby girl. Her name was Caden. And we all supported her. We all sent her strollers, diapers, gift cards. We got her set up with all types of help in Philadelphia. The Sisters of Life in Philadelphia, so thank them. They're amazing. And this woman, I'll never forget, a couple days after she delivered, saying to me, "Grace, I am so happy. Please thank the people for being there." She was so grateful that you all were there for her. And like I said, this effort out here has created incredible unity among Christians of all denominations who come out here to stand for the sanctity of life. And in a minute, Michael Martelli from Maryland Coalition for Life will tell you more of the great fruit that we've seen. But what do we need from you? Well, as you can see, I'm begging you, humbly begging you to be here every Monday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. because we have a lot of work to do, as you can see. We need to come in mass numbers. There's something about mass numbers. We send a huge message to the nation that people of faith will not tolerate this heinous crime. Because it is legal does not mean that we need to tolerate it. Because it is legal does not mean that it's civilized. It's barbaric, and they call us radical. Also know this, you need to know this. Germantown is considered ground zero of the battle against abortion. All eyes are watching us. They're watching how we respond to this. So we need to set an example for our nation, for the world, and say no. Please, people, please do not be fooled into believing that we live in a peaceful society. Any sense of peace that you have, I'm telling you, is a false sense of peace. If we place our children in the trash, then these are not times of peace. We may not hear the bombers flying overhead, but there is a raging war in the womb going on. It is the most dangerous place on earth. So we are here to give these victims of war a voice. And I look around and I'm so humbled at almost 2,000 of you who've shown a great act of charity and sacrifice by being here today. But this is what it is going to take to pierce the darkness. The greatest crime in the history of humanity is happening in our lifetime, in our neighborhood, in our state, in our nation. And what are we doing about this? We must fully respond. There's no more time left for lukewarm Christians with this. After being here for a year, I am convinced that it's going to be our sacrifice and our suffering that'll be needed to pierce the darkness. We must deny ourselves, step out of our comfort zone, be inconvenienced, be cold, be wet, be hot in the summer. Change our work schedules. Change, if you can come in a little later to school. We have Mother of God School allows that. It's beautiful. Praise God, Mother of God. Be uncomfortable. It isn't supposed to be comfortable out here. This is, lack of a better word, a crime scene. And people are doing this. My heart, I could sit here forever telling you what the sacrifices people make. We have a gentleman here in a wheelchair. We have a man who has been a stroke victim who can barely walk. We have people in canes. We have people in casts that come out here. So it's going to take that in order to pierce this. Pope Benedict XVI, in a recent homily, said, "It is not the sword of the conqueror that builds peace, but the sword of the sufferer, of he who knows how to give his very life." So I'm sorry, but I'm asking you to give of your life. Please commit to be here with us. The more inconvenient, the better. Because it's your sacrifice and your suffering for those who have no voice that will pierce the darkness and bring this brutality down. Thank you.